Whenever, there we go. Now we are.
Great. Okay. Good evening. This is the Connecticut Commission's for the Child Support Guidelines March meeting. To begin, we're going to do roll call. Chief Support Magistrate Ferguson. I know he's not here because I'm doing the roll call. Attorney Graham Schaefer.
Present.
Attorney Carolyn Signorelli.
Here.
Attorney Campbell Barrett. Hearing nothing. Attorney Scott Storms. Hearing nothing. Attorney Representative Cara Pavlak D'Amato.
Present.
Attorney Virginia Brown.
Present.
Attorney Amy McNamara. Attorney Allison Post.
Present.
Attorney Darren Pruslow, currently speaking. Attorney Michael Warner.
Present.
And Attorney Susan Hamilton, and many other hats. Okay. I believe that gets us a quorum. Okay. So let's turn to the agenda. The good news is, despite the challenges of getting started, this is not going to be a long meeting, but we should probably first start by going over the minutes from last meeting. And as said, if you are attending and not on the commission, please sign your name in the chat so you can be logged on being on the call. So everyone got the minutes from the February meeting. Are there any questions about the minutes? Hearing none, I'll take a motion on the minutes.
I move to adopt the minutes that were circulated from the February commission meeting.
Second.
Hearing a motion and a second, ask all members to vote. Aye. So.
Aye.
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 Hearing any against? Okay, hearing no dissents, it passes. Okay. I believe the other item on the agenda is talking about the preamble, correct?
Yeah, Darren, I was just going to give a real quick, because I know not everybody was able to attend the Regs Review Commission meeting. So I just wanted to let everybody know. I know we had 4 or 5 people there in person and a few people on Zoom as well. If you were not able to attend, it passed the commission, no questions. The Department of Consumer Protection got about 1,000 questions for one of their regs right before us. We got nothing. So it was approved with technical changes. Since that meeting, I've made the technical changes and I have filed the regulation with the Secretary of State's office. It has not formally been acted upon yet. I think it usually takes them a few days, and I did that earlier this week. So I think in the coming days, they will probably formally record it, and we'll be done with the proposed regulation. It'll officially be the new version of the guidelines, which, as a reminder, we decided to make effective August 1st, 2026. So I think if there's no other questions about that, I think you're right there. And the only other thing we have to talk about is assignment of the preamble work.
Okay. Yeah. Are there any questions? I think it is safe again to give thanks to Attorney Schaefer for all of the work and navigation and everything to get us to that point. Watching the previous group before us and then seeing us have nothing was, I think, a sign to all the work that went into this. Or apathy, I'm going to go with the hard work. So thank you for that. I can't believe we've actually made it this far. I don't want to jinx us because it's not August yet. We still have to get the preamble done, but we have made quite. Okay, shall we see who we can Tom Sawyer in to help writing the preamble?
Yeah, so I circulated an outline of all the things that I think we need to address in the preamble. I don't know if everybody's had a chance to look at it. There's still, there's a number of things that I've taken, that Magistrate Ferguson's taken, that Darren's taken, and that Carolyn has taken. With that, everything is covered except for just a few sections. One is, sorry, was somebody have something to say?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sue's been trying to get in and I just saw that she's in.
Oh, okay.
So
Great. Thank you, guys. My apologies. I'm going to be off camera a little bit here, but sorry, technical difficulties. So I
No.
appreciate it.
No problem. Nice to see you,
You
Susan.
missed.
You too.
Yeah, you missed mine in the beginning, so you're in good company.
Okay.
Good company.
Okay, good. Makes me feel better. Thank you.
So the only sections that I think are unaccounted for are a section where we really need to talk about the possibility of adopting a shared parenting formula, which we, bandied about for a while and chose not to. That is outstanding. The section on making union dues non-mandatory, which should be a very brief description that just cites, I think, the Supreme Court case law that says that union dues can't be mandatory. Um, and then um, and then there was the idea of including an order for contribution towards the child's extracurricular activities. I was kind of hoping one of the members of the private bar might be here today because I know that was something that they really wanted to do. But those are the only things that are really outstanding. Of course, there's a whole number of topics that have been assigned to others. If anybody wants to jump aboard any of those topics and kind of assist with those, that would be welcome too. So I don't know, are there any volunteers, or should we just go back to email to have these last ones assigned? Open to ideas.
I mean, I can do the union dues, and then the first one you mentioned about I think we're not going to take up the
shared parenting.
Yeah, the shared parenting. I can do both of those.
Okay, great. I'll put you down for those, Carl. And I'll circulate this updated version again afterwards. That leaves only the adoption of shared parenting formula. And you know what? I can just knock that one out. If there's anybody on that wants to assist with any of the other ones, though, feel free to chime in. If not, and you change your mind afterwards, shoot me an email. I think the aim will be to have these done and like circulated and approved by the full commission, hopefully with an August 1st effective date. I think they want at least a month's headway to do. Ideally, I think we'd probably get it to them a little before that, so I'm thinking like June 1st, hopefully, if we could have everything approved by then. Which maybe means, we want a draft ready for, say, like the May meeting, to tell you the truth. That might be good.
I know what Ferguson was thinking. That was a more generous time frame than he had in mind. But I think we can check in April, see where we are, and maybe we do it in chunks as we get pieces done. We can approve them and then go from there. Because we also, I think once we start writing, we might realize that something is missing and we might need to clarify something. So we probably want to give ourselves a little bit of a grace period too. But I think being done by May would give us that.
And just as a reminder for everybody that is going to work on these, I did circulate the last version of the preamble in Word format. And I would just suggest that we use that as a starting point and edit it. Maybe do your edits in track changes format so that the full commission can see what you've added, what you've changed. And you can circulate, when you have a draft, you can send that to me and I'll consolidate everything into one workable draft that can be shared with the full commission then.
That sounds great. I think that's all.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that is it. I'd rather be the person known for the quickest meetings than the non-quorum. So I think we're going to run with a quorum and a quick meeting unless there's anything else. My wife could argue I can never do a 15-minute meeting. So here we go. Okay. I think that's it. Enjoy the last throes of winter. And we'll see you hopefully in spring.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Okay. Have a good night, everyone.
All right.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.